Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Level Up with Naomi, where we empower and lift each other up. So, I'm so excited with today's episode because we always wanted to show up like that. So, I'm excited for our guest speaker as well. I've known her for quite some time now. We met in person in Vegas in May because we are on one group, like we're on a training together. So, Miss Bianca Langley, also known as the female version of MacGyver, because she always fixes issues with whatever she has on hand. And listen, she speaks seven foreign languages. She has master's degree in business administration, gave up the corporate world because she saw the immense opportunity in network marketing. 7 years in this industry taught her a lot about do's and don'ts. So, friends, ladies and gentlemen, okay, join us as she shares value about how to bring your A game on. Please help me welcome Miss Bianca Langley.
Hello,
Hi,
everyone.
Bianca.
Hello, Naomi. Hello to your public.
Hi.
Hello to your fans.
Hi.
Hello to my followers as well. How is everybody today? Thank you for hopping on. Let us know where you're tuning in. If there's a chat, I don't know, but if there's one, please let us know where you're tuning in from so we can, be happy and shout you out.
Yeah, so we are live in Facebook and in YouTube. So there is a live chat in both. So please feel free to give your comments. If you have any questions, feel free to put it in the chat. And we'll read them and answer them, right, Bianca? I'm so excited
Absolutely.
about
I
it.
love engaging with my audience. And yes, if you have questions, we'll be more than happy to answer.
Mhm. Bianca, I'm so curious. What are these seven languages that you speak?
So I honestly, that is a blessing. It's not my doing. It's a blessing from God. It's a gift, I'd say, because it's so easy for me to pick it up. So I was born and raised in Romania. And I'm sorry about the noise in the background. I don't know why my printer is still doing that. It's not supposed to be printing. So I speak Romanian. That's my first language, mother language, and Romanian is one of the five romantic languages, a Latin-based language. So because it's related to other languages, it's easy for me to pick on Spanish. I speak Spanish. I speak French. I understand some Portuguese, but that's not part of the seven. Italian, yes, I speak Italian. Actually, my brother lives in Spain. My sister lives in Italy. My mom is back home in Romania. I speak some German. My aunt is there. Then I speak English, of course, and some Danish. I was a year in Denmark as a student. So, yeah, I accumulated all the languages and I love them.
It is very interesting. You mentioned earlier you're going live, so I went to your patient. I was like, oh, that's one language I don't understand. But it's pretty. It's beautiful.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I wish I knew what you were saying, but I find it like, well, it's a good language. But anyway, aside from those seven languages, would you tell us something interesting about yourself that most people don't know?
Um, yes, I love animals. Well, people know that I might know I love animals, but I actually have 20 cats right now.
Wow.
So I have 12 of my own, and I have some kittens that are looking for a new home. I was never a cat lady. I never liked them per se. I always thought I was a dog person, and I ended up rescuing and just, loving on them, and it's just fun.
Yeah, yeah. I remember my grandfather used to rescue cats too. Yeah, yeah. So we would have cats. Anyways, so yeah, I believe I'm a dog person, but I do love cats because I grew up with them. Anyway, so what made you decide to tackle this topic?
Well, it's interesting you asked that is because not so long ago I was having a conversation with somebody that's really dear to me, my hubby, and he was calling me out on it. He was like, "You know what? You're really not going to give up this industry, are you?" Talking about network marketing, and a lot of people are so mistaken in they're saying network marketing is a scam, and they can, they think of a Ponzi game, and they're still caught up in that, that pain that was back then, and they just have it wrong. They all think it's a pyramid, right? We heard that before. So he was confronting me and said, "You're not going to give up this thing, are you?" I was like, "No, are you kidding me? I just found this new company I'm in love with." And they said, "Well, if you're not going to give up on it, then stop half-assing it. So stop doing it.
Mm.
Just like go either do it like fully intentionally or stop, don't do it at all." So that really had got me thinking, and that was right about end of November, early December, and then it tied to what followed next, which I will share with you later on. But that's where it all started. So it has a root, it has that conversation, that short but deep and meaningful conversation. It really had an impact on me. So that's where it comes from.
It is, you mentioned about network marketing and the belief, how people look at it. But come to think of it, everything really, like every job, every work, everywhere we go, we network with people, and that's network marketing. So I
Right.
don't know. Yeah, well, I still, up to this date, I don't understand why people think it's a scam. But we're here, that's why we're here to share about it, like to share that it is not, it's really something very different and interesting, right?
It is.
So it is, yes. So that's how we met each other, actually, right, on a training
Yes.
about about.
Yes.
So, in your own words, so how would you define an A game? Because we always say, people would always say that let's bring our A game on, but what it is really?
The answer is actually in the title, like when you strive for the best. We know the grading system here in the United States is, A through whatever lowest letter you can get, based on, so getting the A's and the A plus, it's the highest reward, so to speak, what you can get, right? And it's always striving for the best. That's why I'm like, strive for the best. These days I was listening to a online training from Jim Rohn, and he was interviewing somebody, or somebody asked him, um, "I make about 50 grand a year. Isn't that enough? Like, how much more?" And Jim Rohn said, "Well, yeah, that's enough, but it's enough depending how you weigh it. Because if your potential is making $500,000 a year, then is that enough? No, it's not enough, because you didn't bring your best. That was just a little portion of what you're capable, and so we are cutting ourselves short when we are not doing and bringing our A game, like giving the best of what we have and what we could do, and we are so resourceful as human beings. And I have a saying, everybody's gifted, but sadly, a lot of people will take their gifts to the grave with them because they never open their gifts. Like some of us will never know what we are capable of because we are too comfortable or too afraid or too shy or too this and that. And it's a waste. It's a waste of potential, waste of talent, waste of everything.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. So they say, we only use 20% of our brain. There's, how about the 80%, right? And then our brain would like lead us in developing the skills and everything and function. So yeah, let's use that. Let's not keep our skills and our talents to ourselves, right? So
Yes, ma'am.
push ourselves. And it's funny that you said also that, you said that 50,000 a year may be enough. Yes, it is enough depending on your own perspective, because success is different to everyone. It may mean different to everyone. It can mean, getting that 50,000 a year, or sending some your kids to school, or having a comfortable house, but it can mean different things to everyone. So yes, it is different. It can be described differently or defined differently, but then let's not limit ourselves. We get so much potentials that we can develop. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So did you ever feel stuck before, and who
Oh
do you
yeah.
when
Oh
you
yeah,
feel stuck.
that happens. So I mean, if you're not feeling stuck, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah,
If you never fail, you're doing it wrong. Like,
so much. Yeah.
that's a new measure for me. It's like how many times I fail. That shows me I'm okay. So that's room for growth right there. I haven't reached my full potential. That's like, yeah, stuck is my, and that's why I'm a MacGyver, because I have, there are challenges that are coming your way, and I'm like, I'm not going to uh you know and it's so funny because this month, past month, August, was almost a complete failure to me for my business. It's never been this bad ever, and now here I am. We were supposed to have this interview about probably in July, and things happen. And I was like so pumped on my A game and bringing it to the table and sharing with your viewers and our viewers, my followers, whatever. And here comes August, and now I was like, do I still talk about an A game? I do, because as our mentor tells us, plan to review. You have to look at it, see what didn't work, and improve it. And that's like being stuck. It's like I welcome challenges and I welcome stuff like that because it's a growth opportunity. It's a growing opportunity. So yeah, I did get stuck.
Yeah, and it doesn't mean really that you get stuck. That's the end of it, right? We learn.
Right.
Like there shouldn't be a regret, only lesson learned, right?
Correct.
Only lessons that we learn. So what keeps you motivated?
Um, just the fact that we are so like temporary, like we never know, when we're gonna leave this earth, and the fact that I was given so much, and I'm not talking about what do you call it, earthly belongings and money wise. I'm not talking about any of this. I'm talking about all the gifts and all the talents that my creator put in me. I feel like I'm not playing it full out, and there's still much to give and more to impact, and that's more than close to this life, and more than housing, and more than it's more to this life, and there's more beyond this life. And I feel like when I'm gone, I want to leave a legacy tied to my name. Like, you have all these big names like Tony Robbins and Jim Rohn, and they left something behind. And I just want to, have that legacy attached to my name when I'm gone, and like people would know of me. But what was my mission on this earth? What was I? Why was I here on this earth? And that's my motivation, I guess. My husband's like, well, you could be earning so much more and doing this and that by doing something else, or but gives me so much passion, and it fills my soul and it fills my cup to such an extent. It's not always about the money. Yes, money is nice. Traveling, I love traveling, and it's amazing memories and seeing the world and the creation. It's an amazing thing, and I'm grateful for being able to smell, see, and all that. But there's so much more. And like you said in the beginning, welcome to the place where we empower and uplift and validate other people. That's what it's all about, like showing others. And that's one of my really main gifts and motivations, is helping others like see their potential and unwrap their own gift and play full out. And if I have a little bit of contribution in them growing and getting out of the cocoon and being the butterfly they were meant to be, then by all means I'm here to to point them in that direction.
You gave me a goosebumps. Because I'm like, am I listening to myself? I'm like, I guess, I
That's
guess.
good. That's good. That's good. I'm happy because that's all it takes, and it takes each other. It takes people like us to lift each other up, and we complement each other. It's just the beauty of life, helping each other. But a lot of people, that really breaks my heart, because a lot of people feel like competition, and I see it as collaboration. Like, even in our line of
Yeah,
industry, we could be all competing. Like, no, we're all a huge community. We all come from different industries, like, or different companies, and we collaborate, we help each other out, and there's always room at the top for everybody. And you shouldn't be envious or feel any kind of weird feelings towards somebody that wants to better themselves and grow. Like, why? Like, if they're faster and better than you, good job, do it. If I can help, yes, I can help you, let's do it.
congratulate, right? And then,
Yes.
yeah, it's not the legacy. Leaving a legacy behind doesn't always mean leaving money behind for the people, like, for the generation after you. It's about how you help them grow, how you help them value themselves, and help other people as well, right? like
Mm-hmm.
it's
And this brings me right on point to my to what I have prepared for you and your listeners tonight. That ties it so well.
mm-hmm, yeah. Before I proceed, I would like to thank everyone who's watching live, and for those who gave us a thumbs up, Sis Julie, heart. Hi, my cousin and my friend in they're watching from the wow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching live with us. Oh, okay. So I guess we mentioned a lot already.
Yes.
So I know I asked you what keeps you motivated, but have you ever had a moment in your life that you thought of giving up?
Oh yeah. If you're referring to the network marketing industry, yes, plenty,
Absolutely.
many times. Um, and sometimes it's my ego that kept me going. Sometimes was my belief that I can make it. I can succeed. But let me just tell you this: like, if there are any watchers out, any people watching us, and they feel stuck in a place, don't let your ego get in the way of you moving forward. Because I thought I was gonna die with a certain company and I wasn't gonna switch. I love the philosophy and I love the mission statement, but I wasn't really helping anybody fulfill that because of my results. So even though I believed in what I was doing, my results wasn't showing it. I was stuck, and then something else came along, and I was like almost put my blinders on. I didn't want to hear, see nothing about anything else because I was so stuck. Please do not make that mistake, because what happened, it was I had to step out in faith. I had to let go of all, and actually I put everything that I had in bags, and it's been almost 3 years, 2 years and a half, and I'm still hanging on to the past. I still have those things in the bag. I actually bagged them the other day in like 5 pounds. I thought, I'm gonna make a reel with this. Watch me. I'm gonna tell all your peeps where they can follow me afterwards. But once I let go of that, it's like that person hanging on the cliff and shouting, oh, I mean, the root that's coming out of the cliff, and they don't know God's hand is right there to hold you, and they won't let go, and then it finally breaks, and when they land, they're, oh, okay, there was always something safe here, I just didn't see it. Well, I had that happen to me. I was hanging on to, like, oh no, what are people gonna say? I'm gonna be this, I'm gonna be that, and I'm gonna be finger pointed at. And no, because the minute I let go of that and embrace what I wanted to, I mean, you would not believe how many more lives if I had stuck with my belief and my past company, I would have impacted probably 20, 30 people. Well, right now, I was just telling you before going live, I have one of the things is almost $10,000, 10,000 people. That is a huge number to impact, and not to mention the other followers and other people that God brought into my life because I said, okay, it's time to switch things up. So if you are right now in a place in a company where you're stuck, if it's not set up for success for you, please do not stay there. I'm not saying you should quit. I'm not saying come join my family. I'm not saying go join that. I'm not saying that, but please do not make that mistake because there are, like our mentor says, there are so many other people praying for the opportunity you could have at hand, and by you not making that bold move, you are withholding it from so many, probably thousands of people. I cannot even imagine if I had said no and stuck where I was, not reaching to these people. So sometimes we have to step out in faith and make the move, even though it's gut wrenching and it's like, oh my gosh, what is going to happen? Just have faith. If God brought it your way, He knows why. So I don't know what the question was, but I just got carried away. That's on me. So I'm happy you are very structural and you have questions because you see me. I'm like, I get excited and I share things, and then the Holy Spirit brings other stuff to my mind, and like I just have to share sometimes.
I love what you said. We can't dwell on the past, and no, we should always think of the people who we could have touched and helped. It's not just us. It's not
Right.
just me, myself, and I, right? So
Mhm.
we have to think about the people that we can, like in our industry, we have to think about the people that we can touch and can help, right? And also we always want to go back to why we're doing this. Is it because I want to be uh I want to be successful and being, or are we doing this because we want to see the greatness in each one, that each person that we touch, right? Each
Right.
person that we we inspire, even sometimes
Yes.
inspire people that we don't even know, right? And then
Yes.
all of a sudden they'll thank you for, like, what did I do? Right? So
It
yeah.
happens so often. Yes.
Yes, yes. Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for that. So so in your opinion, what is the most crucial personality traits or strengths that someone would work that would someone need to work in in our industry?
Perseverance. And I have a quote from Charles Spurgeon. I don't know if you know him, but he said this and it always stuck to my mind. I saw it somewhere and it sticks to me. By perseverance, the snail reached the ark. And I'm going to repeat that. By perseverance, the snail reached the ark. Like the snail is the slowest creature ever, and it took him a while to get to the ark, but it didn't give up. It kept crawling, and it did it.
Right.
So that's a that is huge. That consistency and perseverance, they tie together, because if you're gonna stop, like, you're never gonna make it. Like that's a guarantee. So persevere, insist, stay, keep at it. Take a break if you need, breathe, and then recharge, get on a turbo mode a little bit. And I think, but I have some others. I will share it with you in a second.
Okay. I can't wait. I'm like, I can't keep on listening. Yeah, yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that, because um sometimes it's just so easy to quit. It's always easy for somebody to quit, right? But I always remember what my friend said, that, like, if you give up after a year, you did not even try.
Yeah. No.
So it's not, or at a year or two, you did not even try. So keep on moving, and and keep on listening to people who can lift you up, and see the greatness in you. Don't listen to the people who push you down, right? Because
Absolutely.
we have to move forward like that snail. Right? So I know you mentioned you want to leave a legacy. So how would you like to be remembered?
um I would like to be remembered as a MacGyver, the feminine version of MacGyver,
Mhm.
somebody who always, like, was never afraid of challenges. I know a lot of people tell me you always smile, like, and that's probably gonna. That's a prayer. That's another funny thing. You asked me about funny thing. That's a prayer I have. It's like, Lord, when I die, let me die with a smile on my face, because I know something better is coming. So I want to take this to the grave with me, like literally my smile. But I want people to know there's always an open door here for me to pray for them. So if you ever have any prayer requests, I will be more than happy. You don't need me, just go to God and pray. But I want to be that connector between this messy world and God. Even though, like I said, I'm not needed for that, because God loves everybody and has an open arm. But that's, to me, that's the highest form of helping somebody, when, because humanly speaking, I'm not a superhero, I'm limited. But if I can connect them to somebody who is almighty and powerful in their business, in their life, in their person, in relationships and everything, I'll be more than happy. And that's that's just, I don't want necessarily people to remember me. I want to stay in the shadow of Christ, and I want to be a little tiny portion there. But I want to let God shine through me, and this, especially these days in time, when I feel like the world is so dark. I want to be that, that beam of light in their lives.
And you are, it's funny you mentioned your smile, because we are in this Facebook group, but when we were in Vegas, that's how I recognized you. You were smiling.
That's
We
funny.
saw each other in the restroom, actually. And I was like, I know her. I'm like,
Good. That makes me happy. Good. I will try and keep it up.
yeah. So, do you have a mentor? If so, who is your mentor, and who is someone you look up to in your field?
Well, I think we have maybe a common mentor. I don't know if you consider him your mentor, but I do, and I'm very honored. Um, I look up to a lot of people. Like we saw Tony Robbins in person, and that was huge. I mean, that's that's something out there. But right now I'm under the wing of Eric Worre, or we both are, and he's an amazing. I did not I met the guy before. I was in second row in a conference not too long ago, like 2 years ago, uh, and where I was in Orlando, and I was like, oh my gosh, Eric Warren. I was taking selfies, and now I'm under his wing, and we have these like we're having right now one-on-ones, and he brings us to
Mhm.
panels and he talks to us. We saw him in person. I mean, but he's so real and genuine and raw, and he speaks from his heart. He really wants us to succeed and grow and develop. And I just it's amazing. Both him and his wife Marina are amazing people, and I'm just honored, and I cannot wait to see how this develops and grows. And that's one of my big dreams, I guess. Speak on his stage sometime soon. But
Oh, dear.
yes, I mean, isn't that everybody's dream? I guess, right? To speak on a GoPro stage. But yeah, he's my mentor. I look up to him, and of course, then because he mentioned so much Jim Rohn. Now I started listening to Jim Rohn a lot online, and that's another mentor. And yeah, I'm like I'm always surrounded, or I try to be surrounded by people that are bigger and did better and are doing better than me, because I want just a little bit of that to rub on me so I can pass it along.
Yes, yes. I'm like, oh, our work is done here. Yeah, so do you want to share resources that we can that our audience can use, or
Yeah, I mean, in terms of we are not reinventing the wheel. We're always just sharing our experience and what we're doing here. It's nothing new. What I'm paying for in my resources is nothing necessarily new. It's just more structure and more, when you have structure and you can apply things better, you have better results, and that's what we're aiming for. I would totally recommend, if you have not gotten a ticket yet, go and get it from GoPro. It's on sale, and I'm sure even maybe Naomi has a few tickets for
Mhm.
you. I have some tickets for you. Get a deal. But if you don't have the money, it's really affordable. It's like, I don't know, $97, whatever. uh Naomi might can get you a better deal for a little bit. I don't know if she still has some tickets left.
I
But
still have some.
if you don't have that money, then just I mean, the whole internet is full of resources, like especially YouTube. Oh my gosh, right here on this platform you find ton of free content and good quality. Like, just start with Jim Rohn, look Tony Robbins, look Denzel Washington, look Steve Harvey. I mean, yeah, I mean, there's a lot. And obviously, what I honestly believe, I don't think the Bible says there's nothing new under the sun. And I believe that's, I hope I'm not offending anybody, but that's my go-to. And I try not to live on crumbs. I love the Bible, and it's so full of wisdom, and everything that anybody has come up with is nothing new. It's written right there. It's just my idea of simpler words, and it's so simple we overlook it, but everything it's right there in the Bible. You cannot go wrong with that, and it's true too. So
Yes,
there's some
and
resources for you.
very good. Yeah, and the Bible was written like long time ago, but it's still as
Accurate.
effective.
On
Like,
point.
yes, so you can't go wrong. You are right. Yes, we can always listen to these other people, and we can always read good books, but the Bible would be the best still. We're the same way for me.
I'm reading currently Ed Milet, The Power of One More. I don't know if you got the book. It's a super good, it's super easy read. Ed Milet is another amazing resource. Emily, she's amazing. You can follow these people on Instagram too. They have free podcasts and all that. And yeah, just whatever you can grab, just grab.
Hmm. Oh my goodness! Look at this. What we got over 600 people watching. Ooh, I guess we're creating
We
an
do
impact.
well. We're honored. I don't know. I don't see them. I'm on Facebook. I'm watching. I'm trying to see if I have any people hopping on, so I will not miss them. But hello, whoever's watching on, I guess, YouTube.
Uh, do we have comments in there? I don't see comments. Guys, feel free to comment. You're welcome to post your comments or your questions while we're still here. Anyway, so what is your number one takeaway that you would like our audience to remember from this episode?
Well, I haven't even shared what I want to say yet. So
Yes.
I
Oh
will share
yeah,
some of the things that I got, here for y'all.
the tips. Can you share some tips for us? I'm
Absolutely.
so excited that I'm jumping.
Okay, so the name of the game is like Bring Your A Game On. So I wanna just kind of give me a little bit of time on that. I have three A's for you. I'm gonna make it really simple, and I like
Take note,
simple things.
guys.
I like simple things because people can remember them and apply them better. And like even Marie Kondo says, right? Simple is the newest complicated way. People make it so complicated. We don't need to make complicated. Simple, people. Okay. I have a question for y'all. Maybe they can answer in the chat. I don't see the chat on YouTube, but if you guys see that, who's the king of the jungle? Who's the king of the jungle?
Jungle. Is it
Let's
the
see.
lion
Naomi,
or
I'll just play with you. Naomi, who's the king of the jungle?
I don't know. It's the lion.
Yes, it's the lion. Good job. You
Yay!
got an A for that. Okay, why is the lion the king of the jungle? Have you ever thought about it?
Actually, no. I just always, it's just always like he's the king of the jungle, but we actually don't know why.
See, what I like to tell my people and my team and my always question it. Like, don't believe me when I share a product with them. I said, don't believe me. This is the best whatever I'm using. Go try it. Like, don't believe me. Go try it. But why do you think the lion is the king, called the king of the jungle? Let's have a conversation.
Let me see. Hmm.
And I don't see the comments if people are commenting in the chat. I don't know if you have a chat available, but if they are commenting, I'm sorry. We can,
Oh,
but you
it's
feel free to put your answers in there.
guys, feel free to put your comments. Um,
Why do
but
you think? Well, just give me some guesses, just some wild guesses.
because he is not scared.
That's a good answer. Oh,
Like,
I thought of it myself because it really dawned on me. It's like, why is he called the king of the jungle? Because he's not the tallest, obviously, right? He's
he,
not the fastest. He's
mhm.
not the smartest. He's not like the heaviest. Why in the world is the lion called the king of the jungle? And it was until I heard a little story on it, and it dawned on me, it's like, oh my gosh, oh wow. And it never left me. And I want you all to remember this story because I wanted to just get stuck with you. He is called the king of the jungle because of his attitude. Because when a lion gets hungry, there's no stopping. It doesn't matter if he chases an elephant, if it's a
Mhm.
hippopotamus, or how do you pronounce that? Hippopotamus, or whatever you pronounce that big animal, other big animal. It doesn't matter if it's it will not. The lion will not care. If the lion is hungry, he will hunt and kill until his hunger is satisfied. Lions don't fear. I see some comments. Thank you, Jennifer, for commenting on Facebook there. I see your comments. Lions don't fear anything. They don't. But when you're in that state, when you have that attitude of hunger, right? So that's your first A right there, attitude. Your attitude determines your altitude. I don't know if you ever heard that, but your attitude determines your altitude.
Yep.
And our mentor tells us, watch out for these three things and their attitude. Are they hungry? Are they willing, and are they coachable? You know,
Mm.
look for these three things. And another attitude you should have, besides being super hungry to succeed and do your best, is do it world class. And this is what I was telling you earlier. um don't have assets. Do it world class. Be at the top of your game. And the top of your game, like if it means in your presentation to put on a nicer piece of clothing you have, you cannot be presenting a dream in a night looking like a nightmare, right? So be the top on top of your game when it comes to your way you dress, the way you show up, the way you present, the way your knowledge is about a product, right? So I'm not gonna make a commercial, but I drink this, like right now. I was thirsty earlier, and it was this just know everything about it. If you're going to promote, just know everything about, breathe it, live it, show it, right? Because when you do that, that brings confidence. That, like, people are like, oh my gosh, she knows what she's talking about. That's a confident woman. Guess what? Confidence is sexy. And guess what? Confidence attracts, right? When
Yeah.
you are like, oh my gosh, I love her. We have 600, I don't know who these people are, but I'm sure they found something that kept them over here. So that brings me to the next A, which is confidence attracts, right? So when you have the right attitude, whatever it takes for you to build up on that attitude, you build up confidence. And when you have that confidence, it attracts. Now, what you present, you attract. So if you show up sloppy, if you show up, I don't know, not knowledge, that's what you attract. And you're gonna be surrounded. You're gonna end up being surrounded by people that are in the same type of, whatever it is that you're presenting and how you're showing up and how you're doing it. But that's where I heard the law of five. Who you surround. Tell me who you surround yourself with, so I can tell you who you are. So now, intentionally, I'm trying to be the dumbest person in the room, the not look the best. So that way, you asked me before about being stuck, because that way I have room to grow. When I'm not the smartest in the room and the know-it-all, and there's still more room, and I want to keep growing, I want to keep developing. And like you said, we're only using 20% of our capacity, our brain. What if I add another 5? What if I add another 10? And our mentor told us, if you improve 1% a day, at the end of the year, you have improved by 361% a day. I don't know what that 1% is for you. Washing your dishes, putting your shoes away, making your bed, washing your towel, whatever it is, 1%. Showing up better, creating that reel that you postponed. I actually had to buy another phone. So now I have 3 phones because I ran out of room out of this one. So I was like, you know what? I'm not going to let that stop my A game. So I spent whatever money I had to buy another phone because I don't have patience to transfer everything. So whatever that 1% means for you, do it, right? Because that way you attract better quality, more people, and so on. And then, like I said earlier, your attitude determines your altitude. That will actually help you. The next A is advance, right? So when you have more people and you attract it, we do this as a group. No one Atomic Habit books. I have not read that book, Shelly, but thank you for sharing. She's sharing a book, Atomic Habits. I'll write that down, and I will want to look into that. Thank you. And if you guys have any tips, anybody is more than welcome to drop their tips. We are excited, and the resources, we are excited for that. But let's get back to the A's. So 3 A's: your attitude,
Attitude.
attract, and then your advancement, right? Because we are in it together. We're in it to win it. Teamwork make the dream work. We've heard that before. So
Yes.
it is important what you attract, because that's going to bring you forward, and your attitude will make room for you at the table. I don't know if you heard that before, but it's so important. Like, you might not have the highest results right now. Don't fake it till you make it. By the way, faith it till you make it. Like, so many people have faith. if
Mhm.
if Eric has taught us this before, and Forbes teaches us, look for certain things in a company when you join, right? If it has room for growth, if people have reached the top, if this, that, and the other. If you want them, get with me or Naomi. We can tell you what these things to look for in a successful company, and that will tell you right where you are, and if you need to make that step, or if you need to find another company. But if it's not set up for success, it's very hard to win. So even if you're not winning from the get-go, right? I rechanged my company 2.5 years. It's going to be 3 years in January, 1st of January. And I have not moved as forward as I wanted to, but I'm not going backwards either. And it's super important that, and I always show up, like, people in my company, like at the top, like my CEOs know me, our corporate, everybody knows me. It's my attitude. It's my attitude in everything that I do. It's not I don't have the 10K salary yet, or bonus. I don't have the 50K. And it's doable in our company. People make over 100K in what they do, and it's not unicorns. They are doing it occurring month after month after month. I haven't reached that yet, and I'm not going to let that frustrate me, because I have my agenda. I have my team in Romania. I have my team in the United States. I have my team in Mexico. I'm expanding. I'm growing. I'm working on my what do you call it? Baskets, right? Well, other people have one basket and it's already about to explode. I'm like, my baskets, but are filling up. They're filling up. I'm like, just be patient, Bianca. Just be patient. So remember this: do work class, whatever it is that you do, your attitude matters, because it will attract the right or the wrong kind of people. Like if you have a know-it-all, you will be surrounding yourself with leaders, with people that are hungry and willing and coachable, and you don't need to tell them much; they will just go get do it. Um, and the opposite is true too. If you are gonna be like, well, this is a good tea, you should try it, then you're gonna surround yourself with people like that, and you always have to spoon feed them. You always have to tell them where the information is, what to do this, how to do that, and the other, and you're gonna be stuck. And then that determines pretty much your advancement in where you're at. So that's where we're at attitude, attraction, and advancement. Okay, so do it wholeheartedly, not half-assing it, because you are able. God doesn't make mistakes, and God does not multiply us. Like there's only one Naomi, there's only one Bianca Langley. I might have my twin looking like somewhere, but there's nobody that will have my past, my circumstances, my level of expertise. Everybody's different because we were brought up different, right? Our responses to whatever happens to our life is different. So there's nobody gonna be like us. So do not compare yourself to nobody, and just do your best. Bring your A game on, girlfriend or sir.
Yes, bring your A game on. And attitude really is very important because that's how you show up, right? Like that's how people will see you. So it's very important that you bring that A game attitude. And not to offend anybody though, but to inspire people.
Absolutely.
Yes. So, now I don't know how to what to ask you. So how so what would be you, because I don't need to ask you what's the most the takeaway really, because you sum it up and everything's there. So how would the people reach you?
Um, I put my name fully. That's how you can see me on Facebook. That's Bianca E. Langley. You can find me there. You can also find me on TikTok. It's Bianca Boss Babe, because the top of our company is Boss, and I claiming it. I'm gonna reach that top before long, and I only need 30 more people that are as perky and as determined as I am. Have the right. Actually, no, 28 now. So if you are one of the 28, you're more than welcome. That's on TikTok, on Instagram. I think it's Genuine Bell Beauty. Bell is the initials of my name, BEL. So Genuine Bell Beauty. But you can always message me here or message Naomi, and I can give you all the ins and outs, like the
Yeah,
the
I
fine
put
links and
that
whatever.
in the comment in the description as well.
Yes.
Yes, yes. So Bianca, um, do you want to give our audience your final word and inspiration to bring their A game on?
Absolutely. Like, you guys, do not settle for less. I've heard this over and over. And while we cannot change some things, like you cannot change the family you have, right? You cannot pick and choose like whatever family you cannot go change spouses, you right? Uh, but we can change our attitude before it's too late, and never settle. Like, if we are not a tree, we can move around, we can plan to review. Do not You are meant for so much more. Do not be happy and content with what people in HR tell you to a 9 to 5. Be stuck there just because you are not making as much money necessarily in network marketing. I have this, and it's true. If you don't believe me, ask all the people that are making big bucks. In network marketing, you work in the beginning a lot for little, but then in the end you work a little for lots. And if you remember, Eric was telling us, I don't need to make this money, like I'm good, I'm set, my generations are set. It's not it becomes different. Like once you enter this world, you will see there's more meaning to it than just making money. You will eventually make the big bucks too, and we want to make, I mean, who doesn't want to? You don't want to worry about your bills, this and that and the other, right? But that's not all there is to life. And we were talking about, if you just jump hopping on, go back and catch the replay, because we had some really good content. But do not settle, you guys. God has created you for so much more. There are people who would give anything to be able to speak. Do you imagine? Have you ever thought of people who you just use sign language? You're beautiful, thank you, and all that. Or people that to see or feel or touch. Like I'm like, we have it all. If you have just this about you, you can speak, you can see, you can hear, you can feel, you can walk. You are so blessed. Do not waste that. Do not waste your time by playing small and not doing it. Um, I'm serious about it, and this is I'm also going to tell you a secret, and then I'm going to hop off. But um, the way this world is headed, you listen to this, okay? Because it's statistics, and I did not come up with it. You can go ask Tony Robbins, you can go ask Grant Cardone, whoever you want. Education is where this world is headed. Like your this right here, and education and information is what people are after. People will pay big bucks to be spared the drama, to be spared the, like, I don't want to run, like, if I run into this objection or this, that, and the other, I want the solution. And people are willing to pay for speed and to get them there. They're willing to cut a check to advance them, to skip that pain level, to skip that frustration. So this is where the world is headed. If you think the 9 to 5, we need 9 to 5 people, we do need that. But if you feel like you're meant for more, have faith, and look out, because there's so many resources out there, and so many places where you could be an amazing fit. Do not settle for less. Do not settle. When I joined my corporate world here in the United States, um, it was hard, and I'm going to end up with this. It was hard to find a job because of my resume. I guess it looks fluffy, but I did not make it any fluffy, because I speak 7 languages. I have a degree in business administration. I was pretty young at that time too. And it was hard to find a job. I finally got a job. And um, I never I was, I think I can tell it. I was an agent at an airport renting cars, and I never rented a car in my life. So I had no idea what I was doing. I had no idea how I was going to perform. And I gave myself a little bit of time. And in about my second year, I was top performer. In my third to fourth year, I put our city, which I'm close to Chattanooga, Tennessee, on the map. Like, because of our sales, because of my sales, I put that the city on the map. Of like, people at the top are like, what's going on in that city? Who's selling this and who's doing that? Can you imagine? And I started with zero knowledge. So if you're feeling like, I have zero knowledge, I don't know nothing about network marketing, about how to run a business, how to be a man, it's okay. There's so many resources you can learn, you can watch. Just stay close to the fire, find a fire, stay close to it, and you will grow. But do not waste your time, because I promise you, I was even though I was making money all along, I was bringing the money, but making the money, I was not happy. I was miserable. It was hard. I was losing weight. I was losing my mind. I wanted to get home, and I didn't want to go back the next day. I hated the alarm at 4 something a.m. in the morning. I was done, and I don't want to go back, because this is so much better on so many levels. So find your passion, and just have faith in yourself, because God put so much in you. Naomi, you're amazing. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you
I had
so
so
much,
much
Bianca.
fun.
I can listen to you all day. Actually, I'm like, okay, I'll just sit back. I can listen to you every day.
Thank you. I love it. You can feel like, you can tell I'm like, I don't know, just it's just something I cannot explain it. And I'm trying to get better. I'm not I did not reach the top of my A game yet. I did not reach the top of my company yet. And I know God created me for so much more, and I'm all continuously growing. And I like to, put myself out there whenever there's an opportunity to, go talk to somebody, present something. Say, I'm here. I'm like, I'm here. Thank you, Naomi, for the invite. If anybody else wants me to, like, I'm there. I'm like, let's empower each other, uplift, and just, bring
Yeah.
the best in us.
It's an honor to have you here. Thank you so much for gracing us your presence. And as I always say, to people I talk to, our God is a God of abundance. So, He wants you to have an abundant life, and He wants you to trust that He made he prepared something for you, something special for you. So have that faith and trust that God have a very wonderful plan for you. Thank you so much again, Bianca.
My
And
pleasure.
thank you everyone for watching us live, and for those who will be watching the replay, thank you so much. We appreciate you so much. And for those who share their comments with us, Jen and Shelly, thank you so much. And for those who give us heart and like and thumbs up and hug. Thank you. God bless you all.
God bless
Bye.
you all, guys. Thank you. Bye, Naomi. Thank you.
Thank you, Bianca.